Today is a very interesting series for us at JNA Real Estate because 2025 will be an extremely monumental year for us because we'll be launching the first ever AI training platform for our realtors to make sure that real estate success is replicable and most importantly, sustainable. And of course, we have the man of the hour himself, Mr. Jourdan, who is the founder and CEO of Eduqat, the man with a strong team behind this tech that has helped JNA tremendously. Welcome to the show, Jourdan.
Hello, Jervis.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you so much. So before we start and sharing, how this whole platform is about and how we even came to the idea of the platform, maybe you can give us a short introduction, or as long as you want, actually. Yeah,
really?
Yes, of course. About Eduqat and your founding story of Eduqat.
All right. So maybe not a lot of people know this, but I actually was a realtor.
Yes.
Right? In PropNext
Singapore
too.
PropNext.
Yes, I think it was like 15 years ago. Wow. Yeah. So before I created all these tech platforms, before I was a co-founder, so I was actually in Singapore as a real estate agent.
And I heard that you're doing really well then too.
It was,
Yes.
yeah. We were, okay.
Yeah.
But so just to give a bit of introduction, right? So I was a real estate agent, and it changed my life because of one course.
Yes.
That course is a digital marketing course. Then I attended that course. I think it's about three days, $3,000.
Yeah.
And I just applied whatever the trainer was like asking us to do, like SEO, creating the website and all that.
And that was back in 2009.
2012.
Wow, 2012, 12 years back, and you're already learning SEO and digital marketing.
Already digital marketing. That was the first time I was exposed to that digital marketing.
Yeah.
Right. I graduated from IT, but I didn't know
Yes.
it was so different from digital marketing, right?
Yeah.
So 12 years ago, I learned and we implemented that.
That's right.
And I think within 2 months, I became top producer.
Wow, from the leads that you have generated.
From the leads. I was like, wow, blew my mind,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, my life was changed because of that course. That was like 2012.
Yeah.
Then 2 years later, I kept on doing, we just kept on doing what we were doing. And I felt a calling actually.
Yes.
I felt a calling to go back to my country. Oh, by the way, I'm Indonesian.
That's right, and he's from Bali. So
yeah.
he flew from Bali back just for this podcast.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I have a calling to go back to Indonesia to really to start something because I think Indonesia has one of the lowest education level. So I thought, okay, I might just go back there and see what I can do. Maybe business. So I was like thinking to either bring in like the digital marketing real estate to Indonesia, or I should just create another platform.
Yeah.
So I created a platform eventually in 2014, which is like a directory of courses.
Yes.
So it's like an Amazon for courses. So if you want to learn digital marketing, if you want to learn digital marketing, or if you want to learn yoga, watercolor, you can just go to that website.
And that was 10 years back.
Yeah, it was 10 years back.
There were no course providers like this, I believe, right?
No. So we were the first one.
Yeah.
Because I was like thinking, if one course can change a person's life like me, imagine, right? Like if you have a platform that people can access to, then we can change a lot of life.
Yes.
So that was like really one of the purpose that I went back and I tried to create that platform.
Yeah.
So that directory, it is called, like, if we translate to Bahasa, from Bahasa to English, it's called What Do You Want to Learn?
I see.
Yeah, because I learned SEO, so the keyword learn must be there.
I see.
Yeah. So that's how I started, and I started teaching also because I was very into teaching.
Yeah.
I have passion in teaching. That's why I also started that startup.
Yeah.
That 2014. So I kind of like left the real estate industry for a bit. It's like half, because I cannot totally leave.
Yes.
Right. But in around 2017 or 18, suddenly I got a call from the president of Indonesia, the staff, the president's office.
Yes.
Said that the president of Indonesia want to meet you. So I went there.
Yeah.
I was like, went there, and then I had like a photo with them.
Yeah. We have to add a selfie somewhere here. I remember you have a selfie, right? Yeah.
Okay. Then so I thought it was just a casual meeting, nothing much, because it was like a party or something, just a gathering. Then the next year, I received a call again from the office, from the president's office. Then they said like, hey, President Jokowi back then, our former president, it was like, he has this vision. He wants to scale up trainings in Indonesia to level up the skill of Indonesian. Wow. It is actually like the skill future of Indonesia, of Singapore.
Yes.
Right? The skill future of Singapore. So Indonesia want to take that program.
Yeah.
So they were saying, you guys are the only platform in Indonesia that has this technology
Yeah.
and experience.
Yeah.
Can your team help us to create the whole?
How do you feel when
Yeah.
you got that call?
No, I was like shocked. I didn't know. I was like,
Who would
no
expect
way.
the
Like
call directly
nationwide,
from?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no
And
way.
Indonesia is really big, you know.
Yeah, so it was in
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
And then 2020, during the COVID,
Yeah.
I signed a deal.
That's right.
So we were like the first platform, one of the platforms that helped the skill future of Indonesia.
Yeah.
So that changed my life.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars.
Yes.
Like my start, I was almost broke because
Yes,
doing
I
startup,
remember the
you know,
story.
startup is really tough, right?
Yeah. And you muscled through.
And there were no investors in my business. So
Oh.
I told God, like,
Yeah.
if not, I'll just close down.
Yes. And go back to real estate.
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking of
Yeah,
that.
right.
I'll just go back to
Come
real
back to
estate.
real
Then
estate.
2020, I
Yeah.
closed the deal with the government, and that's how we scale up. Now, so during the COVID,
Yeah.
a lot of educators starts to want to teach in
Yeah.
the skill future of Indonesia.
Yeah.
They don't have platform, and we realized that major problems in Indonesia is of the education, especially is the educators themselves.
Yeah.
They are not trained.
Yep.
They don't know how to build curriculum.
Yeah.
They don't have the technology
Yes.
background
Yes.
to run courses online also.
And traffic as well, right? Because your
Yeah.
platform has all the traffic of eyeballs and viewership.
Yeah, so they don't understand all these things. And then so I told my team, I told my co-founders and say, I think if we only do marketplace like the directory or like the Amazon for courses, I don't think we're gonna give so much impact.
Yeah.
I felt like my season of creating the directory is over.
Yeah.
I received visions that
Yeah.
I want to create something, a platform where educators can create their own website, can have their own personal branding, can upload their courses,
Yeah.
then build quizzes, generate certificate, all automated.
Yes.
Automated, right?
Yeah.
So we were like thinking because it's going to pivot.
Yeah.
Like literally, like we had our team to go another direction.
Yeah.
You know. So we were like praying. We were like discussing. So after a year, 2021.
Yeah.
We decided, okay, let's do it. So we risk everything. We risk it might not work.
Yeah.
It might work. So never mind. Let's have faith and do
It's
it.
definitely not easy for an entrepreneur who is making millions in revenue to say, let's pivot into a completely new direction with
Yes.
your team as well. And your team must have had faith as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So end up we developed that website.
Yeah.
It's called Eduqat.
Yeah.
And we almost launched. So I thought we were going to launch in 6 months.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it took? 2 years. Oh my gosh, I was like, oh. But back then I was from Jakarta and then I moved to Bali. So it was like holiday and then I was like waiting for the programmers
Yes.
to finish. But it took us actually 2 years plus
Wow.
to launch beta.
Wow.
So it's really not even complete yet. And
Yes.
I was like, I told my co-founders, if I had known
Yeah.
this platform. Okay, so when I first started the first startup
Yeah.
technology, it took me 1 day to create.
Yeah.
The
And this
platform.
took 2 years.
This took 2 years.
What's the reason behind that? Is it because there were way more features that you wanted to add in, or you were? I know you're a perfectionist, and you're a very disciplined man. So is it like you're like, oh, no? There are these parts that I just don't want it to be there, and there's a lot of back and forth. What was the reason?
So the first platform that I created back in Indonesia in 2012, the directory.
Yeah.
I was just using WordPress.
Yes.
So it's super simple templates. Okay, that's it.
That's right.
And then I improved from there.
Yeah.
But this one is totally new because it's like a Shopify.
Yes.
Right, it's no longer like just a directory, but this one is like worldwide.
That's right.
I was targeting worldwide too, so it's huge,
Yeah.
and the technology is different already.
Yes.
So I was like kind of shocked, but okay. And almost when we launched it, right, 2022, I remember.
Yeah.
Suddenly the hype of AI
Yeah.
came out, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, don't launch it first.
Yes.
Let me reflect. Let me
I
think.
see.
No platform, no LMS had AI yet.
No.
So I was like looking forward. I think AI can help educators. You know the problems, right? The educators don't know how to create curriculum.
Yeah.
They don't know how to create content.
Yeah.
You know all these things. I think AI can help. So again, we delay.
Yeah.
But it's not long. I think we delay about 3 months.
Yeah.
So we launched it like 2022, I think.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, 2023.
I
Actually,
see.
last year.
Yeah, just last year.
Yeah, just last year we were like launching it, and then yeah. So that was like just the beta version.
Yeah.
So it was still actually until today still beta.
Yes.
Because this year then we used that platform to for educators who wants to teach in the government skill future of Indonesia.
I see.
Yeah, so that they were like the first few users to really test it out.
Yeah.
And so far it works well.
Yeah.
So that's how the story
That's so even for ourselves as like we call it ourselves like real estate trainers or educators, one of the biggest we have used plenty of platforms before. Firstly, they are not AI enabled. Number 2, it's super hard to navigate. Number 3, the user interface, honestly, is not that nice. And user interface is very interesting because the people that we train, right, these are like our consumers who, they have to be excited to see what they're looking at. If it's something that's really boring and not to our target audience of like millennials, Gen Z, right, it's so hard to keep someone watching the same face for hours. So when I first met Jourdan, right, that was actually back in, I think 2022, right?
I think last year.
Start of last year, I think 2023.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we did not talk about this whole Eduqat thing. Actually, I met him because he was a cousin of one of our really great brokers called Geraldine, right? And, you know, he was in Singapore. I had to meet him, went to Bali. Actually, we were talking about a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And then that was actually when we already had this education platform that was so basic. It's like Zoom videos uploaded in there, and then our brokers had to just force themselves to watch it, right? But I really want to say that after trying out the beta version of JNA Academy, it's life-changing, right? I tell you why it's so life-changing, okay? Because I remember I've been a real estate leader for 7 years. Now we are leading a team of 97. And you know, we cannot control the intake of people that are coming in the whole year, right? And one of the biggest struggles and the problems that we real estate leaders face is training. Because, okay, see, number 1, every single year because of different intakes, I still remember back in 2019 and 2020, I had to do at least 12 to 14 training sessions. And it's crazy. Each training session, right, has at least 6 episodes or series that we call it live, right?
Wow.
And whether the crowd is 20, 30, or even 2 or 3, I still have to do it. So I remember we have this program called the Associate Initiation Program, the AIS, the fundamental course of JNA Realtors. And every single time I do it, right, I'm like, I'm just so tired, right? And I realized one thing, and this is a truth, right, about educators, is that when we get tired or when we get frustrated that day, right, our education, the way we teach, right, is going to be impacted greatly.
Yeah, the energy
is impacted, the
yeah.
content is impacted. Sometimes you're so excited, you want to share everything. Sometimes you are not, and you know, we are humans, right? And you just want to like speed it through, rush it through, and then the end user, who is our realtors who are watching it, they're like, you know, they don't get everything. So we onboarded training videos, the very basic ones, until when we met you and you shared with me about the AI capabilities. I was like, wow. And I'm going to share with you why the AI capabilities is so strong for our team. You see, every single time when, as realtors in JNA Real Estate, right, we are always very stressed when there are new objections that comes up, right? So what I usually call, the modus operandi is this, okay? They will call me up immediately. They will ask me how to handle the objection. And then they will record. And you'll see that a lot of my realtors will have all my recordings and they have to try to piece everything together. And of course, right, the way I handle objection is not scripted one, so it may change based on my emotions, right? And then they have no place to put everything together. But when Jourdan showed me his AI capability on Eduqat, it's like talking to me and I'm not there. And it saves a lot of my time, right? So, thank you so much for that capability, right? So before we go into like the whole product feature, I want to share with you that actually we wanted to launch this entire JNA Academy, right? And of course, Eduqat was a clear choice because we wanted to make sure that real estate training is replicable. I think that's really important. Whether you are in the real estate industry or whether you are in the business world, right? I think training is important because training increases sales and sales brings in revenue and brings in profits, right? And replicability in training is so important because sometimes founders, if they are the only one that is training, there's a key man risk. What if something happens, the whole team will not be able to thrive, right? Number 2, I feel that we have already gotten this whole SOP, or we call it BOS, the business operating system, to be able to advise our clients objectively and excellently. But the problem is without a good training system, without proper recordings, without even real life recordings with our clients, people are not able to see what happens in real time, right? And all of these videos are actually on Eduqat as well for our JNA Realtors, right? And the third thing, actually the biggest concern, is that leaders who are in my team, they're like, you know what, Jervis, I can't train like you sometimes. I have my own gifts, but sometimes I can't train like you. So I need you to always be there to train. And Eduqat solved all of these problems for us. And so thank you so much for that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Really, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, not only did it make training so much more fun, informative, and I mean, it being AI enabled make it so much more accurate, it saved us as leaders so much more time that we can spend time doing other things, right? Whether it's spending time with our family, whether spending time with our kids, or so many other things, right? So maybe I want to ask you a little bit, when you were designing JNA Academy with us, right, what were some of the thoughts that you had, or were there any like a vision that you have, or just share your ideas that you had when building this.
Okay, because I was a real estate agent before.
Yes.
So I went through a lot of trainings also. So I was like really thinking what is the most effective in terms of training, right? So the challenge is from offline or in-person live trainings to become online. That is a very huge challenge because
it is,
right? Especially now Gen Z, they have the very short lifespan attention, right?
Super.
Right, so if you just
Even
watch
I
like
also have,
10 minutes, it's like, what is this?
Yeah, last time our training videos was like an hour. You know?
1 hour, that's why
you watched it.
That's why I asked Gerald, please can you cut it down? So they like TikTok. So they always
fast
like to
content.
fast. So one of the things that we actually help, one of the things that I was like thinking, to help effective learning is actually like there's a distraction when you watch the video.
Love
so like in between the video, let's say the video is 5 minutes, then in 2 minutes, then suddenly there's a pop-up.
And there's a quiz.
Yeah, there's a quiz.
So the realtors have to answer the quiz correctly before they can proceed.
Yes. Yeah. So that was like,
yeah.
Let's say they were tired, then suddenly pop. Yeah. So that was one of the things that we do.
Yeah.
But of course, when AI came out 2 years ago, when I started to see how it will affect education and trainings, I think this is going to change a lot of lives.
100%. Yep.
Especially that you were saying that you had to be there because you cannot replicate yourself. Correct. So I think AI can replicate. So one of the things that I was like thinking, if it is possible, I remember when I was a real estate agent, I was so scared to do cold call.
Yes.
Like I always tell myself, I cannot do cold call. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. But in fact, when Geraldine told me that, hey, Jervis script, it will always work.
Yep. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. So,
yeah. So when she told me that, I was like thinking, okay, can I create an AI to role play with me as an agent? If I'm new agent,
yes.
I'm scared,
yes.
right? Can the AI actually just do role play for me to prepare my mental first?
Correct. Yeah. And I saw that feature, and I was blown away because it's like there's a psychological aspect to it first.
Yes.
There is a pep talk. So let's say I'm an agent, I'm so stressed with cold calling, or maybe so stressed in presenting the particular slide. I can talk to the AI and say, this is my feeling. The AI will pep talk me, and it's localized context, and it's Singapore's realistic context. Singlish as well.
I was shocked.
Yeah, Singlish. And then not only that, my realtors are able to wrestle with the AI to try different scripts.
Yes.
And when I saw the response, because sometimes when we use AI, right, the fear is that, maybe the answer is just like premeditated, it's not realistic. Yes. When I saw the objections, it's like, wow, this is what I'll face it. And I love it when you told me that this can be even more intelligent. Means as I advance in my own sales training, if I advance in my own sales skill set, I can update the AI, and the AI will get more and more intelligent and become more and more like me.
Yeah.
Completely blown away.
When I because I asked my developer to create that, right? So when I first started to use, even for me, the first time, I personalized the AI role to become Mr. Alex, who owns a HDB flat.
Yes.
So I said, hi, Mr. Alex. Because I thought maybe it's dumb.
Yeah.
I just need to say, hi, Mr. Alex. Are you looking to sell your house? You know what's the reply? I don't know. How do you get my number?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to explain.
This is exactly what consumers will say.
Oh no, how do I? Wow. It's so funny.
I love that.
Yeah.
So if I were to, because there are so many features that we will screen grab and we will show, but if there are maybe 2 to 3 top features that you have and you're so proud of in JNA Academy that you have built with your team, right, what would it be?
So I think the first one will be the AI chat role play. So you can not only personalize the AI to become your client, but you can personalize your AI to become you as a coach. So how do you train? How do you handle objection? How do you do sales? How do you call calls? So that AI role play itself has a lot of functions. You can even, let's say, if there is like a new project that is upcoming, you upload it. Then you can train the AI, and then to act as a client, then you as a real estate agent, you have to how to sell that, how to sell that product.
Right?
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about this is that when we sell products, right, we know because we are more of an investment team when it's selling products, so we kind of know how we can customize it to our investment mandate, investment philosophy, and we can cross-check it. And it comes out with a script for our realtors as well.
Yes.
it's even better than me as a coach, because I as a human, right, you can never foresee all kinds of objections. So as a coach myself, one of the biggest concern and challenge I have is that sometimes my realtors come to me and they ask me objections that I say I never hear before. Because as a person, sometimes your conviction will attract different kinds of things. If let's say I'm less convicted, I'll attract a lot more not so good objections. If I'm more convicted, I will not attract too many objections. So it made me really challenging as a coach to say, I think on my feet, how can I think of this? But this AI can think of everything and answer everything. And it can even be more smart. There can even be the right tone. You can even choose the right words. And if you think that it is not still there, I still can work with you, and which is the amazing thing. I'll share with you guys why I decided to work with Eduqat. I mean, we looked at 4 to 5 providers. AI, you guys are the first one, 100%, but just uploading videos, there are so many, right? Just uploading there. I'll just share at the end why I work with Eduqat. Okay, cool. That's the first feature that you're proud of. What about the second feature that you're proud of?
So from the AI, right now it's just AI chat that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So I think in the next 2 months, it will be our AI role play voice. So it's really like you're cold calling. So I think that one will be like, I think it's one of the life-changing, like you're really like speaking to a customer.
I heard you mention this before, but just to clarify, it means that as a broker, I can speak to the computer?
To the computer, to the phone, because
and
people learning with phone, right? So you can record.
Thank you so much. Even see, Penny is so impressed. Okay, cool. That's in the next 2 months. Great.
Next 2 months, But in the future, I wish we are also going not only just the voice but also video. So it'll be like maybe like we replicate you in the video and then you like train them already.
Amazing. So will there ever be a possibility whereby they can talk to like pseudo me there, and then I can like pep talk them and give them real estate coaching?
Maybe.
That's a possibility.
That's what we are trying to do.
Great. I love that. And I love this because your AI is not just like, a lot of people have a lot of the AI plugins that they have, and most of the AI plugins are very generic. But this AI plugin is that it becomes more and more like me, which is a bit scary. But I love that because it multiplies myself and it gives my realtors that real-time training. Because, one of the key stress of realtors, right, is that when they are there before the appointment, that 1 to 2 hours, right, they are always so stressed out. And they just want to talk to someone. But unfortunately, not all leaders are available to pick up the calls or just be there for them, right? And when they start having this kind of AI chatbot they can talk to, that pep talk them, or even talking voice to voice to handle objections, that training, that going to that dojo is what helps them close the deals.
Wow.
And the reason why I love this platform is because initially when I first started, I only expected having a platform whereby I can just upload my videos and it looks nicer with better UI UX, right? But when you shared with me that you are able to bring AI capabilities at the start, I was like, how does this whole thing work? And I'm just getting blown away because the amazing thing about Eduqat and the reason why I decided to work with Jourdan so well and so much is because he's an amazing person. Okay, that's one. Number 2 is also because it always improves, which means that I don't have to be worried that, I know that as Eduqat is growing, and I'm very certain it will go damn big, I know that our academy will keep growing as well because the founder himself, right, is going to always be forward looking and moving forward. That's the reason why I love
Wow.
Yes.
So honored.
Really.
Honored.
Right. What about the last proudest feature you have about the JNA Academy platform?
Okay, so apart from all this chat, right? We actually have this called AI self-reflection feedback. So it doesn't chat with you, but you can also it's just a self-reflection. So you when let's say in that platform you can ask, why are you scared? What is the biggest fear that you have about cold calling? So when the agent was like typing their reflections, you're able to see, and the AI is also able to feedback positively. And then you at the back, you are able to see.
Wow,
also.
Amazing.
So that's one. But we are now creating this AI report. Where let's say an agent has finished like this particular module about AI handling objections, all this. After that, you'll be able to generate a report of this real estate person. What is his strength, weakness, introvert, extrovert, whatever. So that is like really, you're able to analyze the person, and after that you'll be able to know how to improve. How to talk to the person. Or how to train the agent.
I love this so much because, I mean, if you guys are still not getting what we are talking about, right? Because it seems really, really big. And even sitting here, understanding a little bit more, it also seems quite big with for us. And of course, because this is currently exclusive to JNA Realtors, so it's not like going to be publicly shown everywhere, right? But let me just try my best to be able to break this down to you guys, right? I think number one, I still remember last year when I was at Guangzhou. Actually, it was last year, I think. Was it last year? Last year, yes. And I recorded 100 plus videos, right? And I have even my own training directors who have worked with the leaders to record videos, real life negotiation, real life investment appointments, real life listing presentation with the owners. One of the key things that we wanted was really a platform that could really bring out the work that we had, because just posting on a boring platform is not really going to do the work justice. That's why my realtors and my team was asking, why so long still haven't launched? I said, no, I really want to launch with the best platform. But then I didn't know about Eduqat, so I was like, I don't know what is the platform that I need, but I just don't feel like this kind of platforms that I'm using is going to bring justice to the work, right? So this particular platform not only has the full training direction of JNA, right? And there's like 100 plus videos. Number two, we have also real life videos there where we handle our objections. We have real life clients meeting. We have this AI chatbot that not only can our realtors be able to talk to them, journal with them, can even have a report of their assessment of their strengths, their weaknesses, so that they know exactly what they should do. They even have an objection handling feature for the future, a voice objection handling where they can simulate role playing, which is so important for realtors and JNA realtors. And most importantly, also for us leaders to be able to see actually what are the concerns of our guys, right? And to be able to catch the heartbeat fast so that we can nurture them in the right way, right? Wow. So, I mean, you have built JNA Academy. Thank you so much for that. I know we will keep progressing forward. What then is your vision for Eduqat? Whether is it in the Singapore's market, because it's a big thing, right? And I know that it's not this service that you provided is like not publicly available yet. So I'm so honored to be one of the beta testers, right? Thank you so much, Jourdan. And what then is your vision for Eduqat in Singapore or maybe even in Indonesia? What is that?
So first, when I built Eduqat, is actually really for the Indonesian educators, because I think they were one of the education in Indonesia is one of the lowest in terms of the whole thing, right? So in terms of the world ranking, I think they were one of the lowest. So I was like really hoping that Eduqat can help educators at least to level up their standards of education. Although that was really like a big goal to achieve, right? But I'm just going to start with those people who are passionate about education. So I believe that those people who are passionate with education, that they will use the platform. I think slowly it will really like expand, you know, slowly influence other people to use it. Hopefully also, so my dream is actually to build a global company. Right, so not only Indonesia, then slowly it's like to the whole world. So that was really like the big visions where people will be impacted.
It will definitely happen. I can assure you this.
And I felt like, you know, I'm also an educator, a trainer. I sense how tough it is to always train. Like, let's say live or even Zoom training can be also tiring
and boring sometimes for the trainers.
Exactly. So I was like thinking, how if we can actually multiply ourselves like via the platform and still make it super good. So that was really life transforming, impacting the next generation of the
educators. And one thing that I remember you told me is that not only will educators be able to passionately teach, they also can use that to monetize their services, which is amazing, right? Because you are creating revenue for their families, right? Because I do know of a lot of educators who love to teach, but they're not monetizing it at all. So this platform, because of the traffic that you have, because of all the support that you have, and being a forward-looking company that always progresses, I think these educators will always have that trust and assurance that being on Eduqat is something that, you know, not only can I make good money, I can make good revenue, but I can continue that passion burning for education, knowing that this is the best platform to move forward for education.
That's why I think Eduqat is also one of those LMS platforms. Not only have AI, but also have the payment gateway. So if you want to sell your courses, you're also able to do it.
Amazing. That's something that we'll consider next year, to be honest. To empower more salespeople.
Correct. So we're building the membership subscription base now. So hopefully it's going to be launched in 1 or 2 months. So by then you can charge people
100%.
because I think your training is really, really very good.
Thank you.
Right? I think if people want really people want to learn, I
Yes.
think they should, pay,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I always believe that sometimes when it's free education, it's not that I want to make money off it. I mean, it's good, right? It's a supplementary income. But when people don't pay for education,
Yes.
they don't learn much. It's a free
Exactly.
education. It's just a
Yeah.
psychological thing that I realized.
It's
as
like,
well.
I'm just watching YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is something that we hope to bring forward to maybe end 2025 for the paid subscription for other realtors, not in JNA Real Estate, but for 2025, the JNA Realtors will be trying this.
So JNA Realtors will get free?
Yes, free first. Yes. So if you are an entrepreneur or you're an educator or you're a trainer and you're looking to build something like this with Eduqat, right? Okay, trust me, you're not going to regret it. Just contact Jourdan, right? He didn't ask me to sell him. I'm just going to put it here for him. His IG is going to be here. Just connect to him. He is quite a major influencer, but don't worry at all. Just DM him, he'll reply you. And of course, if you're in Bali and you want someone spiritual, someone faith-filled to connect to, just scan that QR code. I'm going to put your QR code for your IG here, and then you can connect with Jourdan. All the best to Eduqat, Jourdan. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the talk.
Yes.
Amazing.